Hello, this is Juris Skaja in Riga, Latvia. This is kind of a quick one for my Substack. This morning there was another drone alert. Sensors detected drones approaching Latvian airspace from Russia. And NATO jets were scrambled, and alarms were timely sounded in eastern Latvia, alerting residents that there was a possibility the drones could be in the airspace and that there could be a possible threat. That did not materialize. Some people were, however, awakened and maybe caused some concern by NATO jets flying overhead, some of them possibly on afterburners, leading to people saying that they had seen fire or something in the sky. Anyway, this comes just a few days after, as it turns out, two drones did actually hit an empty oil storage tank farm in the eastern Latvian city of Rēzekne, where the distance to the Russian border from whence the drones came was about 60 kilometers. So this, of course, raised concerns not only about the delay in alarming the public, which occurred about 4:45 in the morning on last Thursday, but also about the lack of air defense resources to shoot these things down. Although there were air defense resources, as it turns out, in the area, the problem is, can you use them in peacetime over areas populated by civilians or with civilian property? If we look at what's happened in Ukraine, and if we look at what happened in the Gulf states during the conflict with Iran, is that when drones or other flying objects with warheads get shot down, they can cause a lot of damage on the ground. The warheads can explode on the ground when they hit. They can explode in the air and cause damage. They can send burning parts scattering all over the place. So it is not an easy decision to use anti-aircraft weapons over civilian areas or civilian property, such as forests or fields that could be set on fire in peacetime. That being said, that has not stopped a lot of, social media commentators and politicians from saying, wow, Latvia has no air defense, or should have shot the drones down, why didn't it, and so forth and so on. I think this will be a continuing discussion. In any case, the most recent Saturday morning incident did see NATO fighters scrambled and NATO fighters over the area in eastern Latvia where the alarm had also been sounded for the civilians, and those fighters were probably ready to shoot down anything that actually entered Latvian airspace. And when you are using NATO fighters to shoot things down, you are spending, tens of thousands of euro for a single anti-aircraft rocket. So that's something else to think about. Anyway, that is where things have gone over the past few days. We shall see how this situation develops in the future. At the same time, against the background of these drone incidents, we have the start of major military exercises here in Latvia and in the other Baltic countries, involving both national armies, the Latvian Armed Forces, and NATO. The NATO forward brigade that is here in Latvia, and similar units in Lithuania and Estonia. So this is sort of showing the iron fist, if you want to call it that, to any potential intruders into Latvian territory, or whether land or air. But that doesn't really solve the problem of drones from Ukraine flying into Latvian airspace because they are diverted by electronic countermeasures or for whatever reason. And the rather scary thing about the two drones that impacted on the petroleum tank farm in Rezekne is that if they were Ukrainian drones, they were perhaps distracted by or diverted by some kind of electronic countermeasures and then switched to artificial intelligence and started searching for things that looked like the targets that they were aimed at in Russia. And those targets were probably petroleum facilities. So one scenario is that these drones were knocked off course or knocked out of sync with whatever they were supposed to do. And then they searched around and saw the nearest petroleum facility type of target and headed for it and hit it. Although, of course, it was an empty Latvian petroleum facility, it was not a Russian target. So there are issues that Latvia should probably be raising with Ukraine. And one thing that Ukraine could do for us is probably send over some of its state-of-the-art anti-drone equipment so that the next time that we see drones coming into our territory, and that's likely going to happen again, that at least the Ukrainians will have provided us with some kind of means of, ironic as it may be, for shooting down their own drones when they stray off course. Well, that's about it here in Latvia for now. I'm just doing this as sort of a quick update on things. It's a busy day. I'm off in the evening to a family event outside of Riga. So I'm signing off from here for now. This is Juris Kaja in Riga, Latvia.